Despite his many controversies, Louis C.K. is a talented comedian, and we can try to separate the art from the artist for a moment and try to take a look at why people find Louis C.K. funny.
This is a nightmare.
We will deconstruct Louis C.K.'s techniques and understand what about his comedy resonates with people so deeply.
But some gay guys are a guy in little shorts and a half shirt and, you know, combat boots spray painted green and a whistle, and he's standing on the corner going, "Hello, it's fucking hot outside." That's not a stereotype. Those guys fucking exist by the thousands.
Techniques and form. Louis C.K.'s long career in comedy allowed him to develop the fundamental skills and techniques of comedy. Like a boxer mastering the basic techniques, he has excellent delivery, timing, and rhythm.
In the deep African sleep, like it's just a ancient, mysterious, submerged in a river of warm chocolate.
He has in his comedy toolbox all the tools of controlling his volume, using his gestures, faces, and impressions.
And sleep was like a goddess whore just sucking me off, just... she's got a gold helmet and 40 tongues, and she's... and she's speaking in a dead language.
His casual method of conversational delivery is intentional and creates intimacy with the audience to be vulgar. Through his process of joke writing, he's very aware and conscious about how the audience would react to his performances, so his words and expressions are fastidiously chosen.
Murder was legal. I might have killed a few people. I don't know. I'd love to think, oh, I would never do that. But we really need the law against murder. For one simple reason. The law against murder is the #1 thing preventing murder.
Arguably, where he excels is his ability to write and tell a story. He uses the comedic tools that he accumulated throughout his career to accentuate his storytelling.
Kills them. And vets won't explain it further either. It's like, why does it kill them? Well, just they die. Like, they won't tell you why. Like, what do I do if my dog eats dark chocolate? Watch her die or leave the room.
His storytelling ability is authentic to the point of absurdity. He is honest about everything in his life. The dark thoughts, his experiences, his shame and embarrassment. The fact that he would share these self-deprecating, radically authentic moments makes his persona on stage almost surreal.
Literally, I'm punching her in the face and splashing this stuff. I'm holding her lip open. I'm going, kicking her in the stomach. And people, I look and there's hundreds of people on the sidewalk just horrified. Yeah.
It's shocking yet familiar. It's intriguing because it's so weird. It's like a painting by surrealist Salvador Dali. It defies typical convention and finds beauty in the unexpected and uncanny.
Like, is anybody working on very realistic child sex dolls? Okay, then let them fuck your kids forever. If that's better? I'm so sorry for suggesting something that might actually work. Oh, no.
The ethos, the distinguishing character of Louis C.K. is like that of a sad clown. In his TV series Louis, we see the embodiment of Louis C.K.'s stage persona in everyday life. We see the tragedies of everyday life, the social faux pas, and the way he sees the world as a hopeless, balding fat man just trying to survive.
I don't need friends.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Do you think it's because you're fat?
In a world that is so difficult, we see ourselves and find the sad clown charming. His vulnerability and shame is the pound of flesh he pays to the audience so that he can explore such difficult topics.
That women see and they go, and I'm like, I know, but let me just talk to you for a minute.
We've covered briefly the form of Louis C.K.'s comedy. Let's now expand on his content. He discusses topics that frustrate, depress, and intrigue him. Race, sex, politics, observations of human behavior, awkwardness, self-deprecation, or the mundane in his own life.
Why do you want to talk to a hot girl? Why would you want to talk to somebody with a drink and going, Why would you want to have that conversation? You own a landscaping business. You're incredible. You're an amazing human being.
Sometimes they're just banal topics that he finds amusing that he dresses up in his usual vulgar style.
Can you work clean?
Clean?
Yeah, can you not curse? Can you not say dirty sex, poop, dogs, having sex with vagina dirt.
But his style presents a distinct philosophical worldview that subverts social norms and expectations, while at the same time acknowledging the cultural context and shared knowledge or experience. This is key to what makes his material relatable. In order to subvert social norms, you have to have a mastery of it and know exactly where the edges are.
You know you love somebody when you share your innermost secret racism with them.
This mastery is like a mirror of society, presenting what is appropriate, accepted, and odd. It tests the limits masterfully, or according to Jerry Seinfeld, Louis C.K. tap dances around laser beams. Some jokes are just jokes, but others cut to the core of the human experience. There's an educational quality to some jokes. For Louis, the education is a kind of existential lesson in absurdism and humanism.
Chickens are dumb, right? Yeah, or they don't even. How long have we been eating chickens and they're not a little wary at this point? Haven't risen up? There's been no Martin Luther chicken?
A common theme is the lack of the sacred, the resultant apathy, and the fight to find meaning in the world through relationships, parenting, or a positive contribution to the world. This approach creates a subtle critique against pretentiousness, inauthenticity, and intellectual laziness. It provides a pure, ironic honesty like a classic court jester.
Can I have one of these? Thanks.
No, you can't.
But I already ate it.
I know, that's what you asked me if you could have one, and I said no, so you just ate a strawberry that you can't have.
The person, the artist, and the art. Born Louis Alfred C.K. on September 12, 1967 in Washington, D.C. Raised in Mexico until age 7, and started performing stand-up comedy as a teenager in the Boston area. He moved to New York City in 1989 to pursue comedy, where he began writing for comedians like David Letterman, Conan O'Brien, and Chris Rock in the 90s. Louis C.K.'s controversies around sexual misconduct came to light in 2017. These incidents reportedly took place between 2002 and 2005, and in November 2017, Louis C.K. admitted that these allegations were true.
This is the way I look at my life before, was that I just didn't think there was danger in the world somehow. So now I do, and that's changed me a little bit.
Now the question is whether to separate art from the artist. For some, the revelation of an artist's misconduct can fundamentally alter how their work is perceived and enjoyed. The art becomes tainted by the artist. One argument is that continuing to consume and support the work of the problematic artist can indirectly endorse or normalize their behavior. This viewpoint suggests that there's a moral imperative to withdraw support from the artist who engages in harmful action, even if it means foregoing their artistic contributions. Others who advocate for separating the artist from the art argue that certain creative work possess inherent value that transcends the personal feelings of their creator. The argument is that once it's released into the world, the art takes a life of its own and can be appreciated independently of the creator's actions. The idea is that denying the experience of influential art due to the artist's misconduct may be unnecessarily limiting. Ultimately, the decision to separate art from the artist remains deeply personal. While some may find it possible to appreciate art independently of its creator's failings, others may feel that ethical considerations or the inextricable link between artists and their work make such separations problematic or impossible.
And I was standing in front of a drugstore. And in the window of the drugstore, they had a wheelchair on display in the window. Is that really an impulse purchase? I should get a wheelchair. That would really help with my paralysis. Then I wouldn't have to drag myself everywhere I go, like I've been doing for 10 years since my legs were blown off at the marathon. Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Louis. I have red hair.